The call comes through while you're still dealing with the shock. Bent metal, a police reference number. The car won't move. You're told not to worry. A replacement vehicle is already arranged. Someone will drop it off. You can keep moving. That part is covered. When the hire car arrives, it feels like the system working. Keys handed over. A quick walk around. You're told to take your time. Get back to normal. This is what insurance is for. 2 days later, the phone rings again. They're asking when you can return the hire car. At first, you think it's a mistake. Your car isn't repaired. You haven't even had an update. You explain that calmly. The person on the line listens, then pauses. Says they just need to check something. That's when the reassurance cracks. Because the hire car wasn't tied to your recovery. It was tied to an assumption, and that assumption is now being revisited. You're told the accident is still under review. That liability hasn't been confirmed yet. That the hire car was provided provisionally. No one says you've done anything wrong. No one says the accident didn't happen. They just say the cover for the hire car doesn't automatically continue. The car you're driving suddenly feels temporary in a new way. You replay the accident in your head. It was clear. Another driver, another lane, another impact. You reported it straight away. You answered every question. The hire car arrived without hesitation. Nothing suggested this part was fragile. But now it is. You're asked how long you've had the car, whether you still need it, whether you have other options. Each question sounds practical. Together, they shift the ground. What felt like support now feels conditional. You realize the hire car wasn't given because everything was settled. It was given because everything was assumed. Another version of this happens when repairs take longer than expected. You're told the hire car is authorized for now. Days pass, the repair stalls, parts delayed, nothing you control. Then another call. The hire period is ending. Not because your car is ready, but because the system has reached its limit. You're still without your car, but now you're also without replacement, or it happens when fault is reassessed. New information, a different interpretation, no accusation, just a shift. The hire car that arrived as a certainty is reframed as a courtesy that's no longer justified. You're told arrangements will need to change. Soon. What's unsettling isn't being asked to return the car. It's realizing how casually it was given in the first place. The speed, the confidence, the lack of caveats. It felt like proof that the worst was over. It wasn't. The hire car exists in a narrow space. It's not about damage. It's not about recovery. It's about momentum, keeping you moving until the system decides whether it should. And that decision doesn't move at the same pace as your life. By the time the request comes, you've already adapted. Rearranged days, taken longer routes, trusted the replacement to be there tomorrow. The withdrawal lands not as a denial, but as an interruption. You didn't misuse anything. You didn't misunderstand the accident. You misunderstood what the hire car meant. It wasn't a promise. It was a placeholder. And the most uncomfortable part is why this catches people off guard. You trusted the replacement because it arrived immediately. Because help showed up before doubt. Because being given something feels like confirmation. But here, being given something was never the same as being covered. The hire car didn't disappear because the accident changed. It disappeared because the certainty you felt was never shared by the system. And the moment you relaxed, when the keys were already in your hand, was the moment your protection was easiest to take back.